Philip, how have things changed from the last time you were here, and just like adjusting to defenses, and how has the game changed? Because it's obviously a thing where trends kind of come and go.
Yeah, I mean, obviously only one weekend. It's hard to say definitively. I didn't feel like it was too different last week. How these defenses are getting better and better. Seems like as the disguises go, used to be as simple as corners come over and it's man. You know what I mean? So that was already starting back in the late teens of 2000s and even before that. But now it's a little more prevalent. Obviously, these defenses are getting more and more wired in terms of not giving away certain indicators. But for the most part, that defense last week was a heck of a defense, and I didn't see anything earth-shattering from some great defenses I've gone against in the past.
Philip, there was going to be some uncertainty because you've been gone for so long. After you watched the tape, did you think, man, I can't believe I did that, or man, I can't believe I did that?
I don't know that I had any of those I can't believe. There were a few where I was aggravated. I didn't throw it somewhere else maybe and take advantage of making some better plays to help us get in the end zone. Certainly some plays that looked just like they looked years ago. So all in all, like I said, after being able to get settled down after obviously a tough road loss, all in all, I mean, personally it was encouraging, but obviously the name of the game is winning, and so obviously we had to move past that one, and I know the guys have been great already this week, fired up for this one on Monday night.
Phil, you've been coaching in the interim here. I know it's high school versus pro football, but does your brain process anything differently when you've been watching from that perspective now that you're back into a quarterback spot? I
don't know. I mean, I think if there's any positive, again, I know high school football is a long way from playing quarterback in the NFL, but I have been calling plays for 5 years, and some of them similar, some of them not so similar, not so wordy, obviously. But so I think being in that mode, of playing the game from the sideline in a sense of down and distance and all those things. And obviously, it's not to the magnitude as it is in this league, but I do think that maybe that's it wasn't as if I've shut football off for 5 years, so that has certainly been a positive.
How did your body feel just waking up Monday? I know you said that you were almost in a way over these last 5 years eager to get back into the physicalness of football. How did your body withstand what Sunday?
Yeah, actually good. I actually feel good this week. Wasn't so bad. A typical Monday post game that I remember. But obviously the guys up front did a great job. Obviously didn't take a lot of shots. Certainly a few, but those were actually helpful. No, I actually feel a week better, to be honest, a week better physically, and a week better, obviously, getting back in the mode of a game week and in offense. So it's, again, I do think it's going to continue to improve. The key is going to be winning along the way, as we know. Not much use in it getting better if we're not winning, because it'll all be over there on January 4th if we don't take care of business here 1 week at a time.
What have the last few days looked like for you since the game?
Just some recovery stuff, obviously body-wise, but mentally, really trying to dive into San Francisco and take advantage of the extra day, and get into a normal game week. Last week was a normal game week, but not really. It was all ramped up pretty much fast. So this has felt more of a normal game week, being able to get started on Monday and Tuesday, and then have an extra day. So it's felt somewhat routine from a standpoint of the daily operation.
Is there more verticality you feel like that this offense can have with you? I just don't know where your arm is or what you guys are working on, or your comfort is with that part of the game going into this weekend.
Yeah, no, I think again last week it almost played out exactly how we planned it. Certainly, I missed JD on the one down the sideline. I had a chance to throw one to Alec early that I threw to Tyler that got broken up on third down. But that game was the plan that we had. I don't feel any really limitations pushing the ball down the field. Am I going to throw it 60 yards? No, but I can't name many times I ever did that anyway. But if you get it out on time and the things that we can do, I don't think that there's we can't call this or we can't call that. It'll be a solid plan that the staff puts together, and we'll have a great week of practice and go out and execute.